Hi, I'm Kamell, and welcome to the Duel Links Entertainment YouTube channel. I'm here today with Herf and our special guest, Fetty Guap. He's a YCS runner-up, and welcome to the show, man. Glad to have you.
Yep. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Now, tell us, what deck are you here to talk with us about today?
Uh, Shiranui, but I guess with a splash of the Invoked Engine, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what made you want to play the two together?
Uh, Purge Trio is just like I think by now it's established its title as one of like the best cards in the game right now. Uh,
Mhm.
it's I guess synergy with like Floodgate, Trap Hole, Canadia, stuff like that, just to seal games quickly, and it was just like an alternative win condition for
Mhm.
Shiranui because like say you have like three monsters set, um, it's like kind of like I guess like rough for Shiranui to like kill you that turn. Especially like there's cards in the game like Kiteroid and Artifact Vajra, that kind of just like focus on like direct attacks. So like you could kind of just avoid all that and just like um, yeah, just kind of like have like a backup, like a plan B, versus some matchups where it's like you can't really depend on your Shiranui engine to get you there.
Mm-hmm.
So you
Mhm.
have like you just floodgate them, and then like uh, you just wait till you see your Alistair, and you just purgatory of the game. Like, and the deck like is playing Cosmic, and it has removal with Sun Saga, as well as Ballista Squad. So you can clear your back row of your opponents and kind of just like secure like lethal just by like um yeah just uh purgatory of a game.
Yeah, sure knew it on Invoked as a combination we've seen before, so why do you think now it's making a resurgence in the meta? I mean, both of these decks on their own are very powerful, right? Element Saber and Shiranui. So
Mm-hmm.
why is the hybrid kind of more powerful now?
uh I guess like I said, it's just kind of it has multiple win conditions, multiple
Yeah,
different avenues like you can take, like whereas like the Shiranui deck, like it definitely struggles with like a lot of cards. Like also in the mirror match, the invoked engine could just kind of like the invoke Shiranui mirror match is actually the funnest mirror matches I've ever played. Like
yeah, I can see they get pretty wild.
in a while. So like there's like a lot of like little intricate like kind of like interactions like in the mirror match. Like there's cosmic, like what would go second. Like when do you put like your level two tuner in graveyard?
Hmm.
Usually you want to like put it in the grave when you think it's safe. So if you have a fiendish or you have a Lancia, um, and then yeah, like there's no mortal can resist. So do you have a cosmic to chain to your opponent's cosmic?
Yeah, to
Um,
save you from that skill effect, that could be really
yeah,
deadly to
so
you.
yeah, there's like so many like like so many interactions you gotta like kind of play around, and yeah, like it helps like kind of just add more power, to the deck
Makes
to just
sense.
Shiranui. Um, like sometimes like Sun Saga like pass can get you there, but sometimes it just can't. Like versus like some decks.
All right, so tell us about the skill for this deck here. Are there a couple options, or is there one concrete best skill for this deck?
For invoked, you definitely can play. I mean not invoked, for invoked Shiranui or Shiranui pure, level og or no mortal can resist. They're both like equally as good or equally as playable.
Mm-hmm.
It just depends on the format usually, like what's in the meta. No mortal is just turns like all your cosmics, and it makes your opponent kind of play like weird and not attack you directly sometimes. So it's just really good because it does something versus Thunder Dragon. It's good for the mirror match, obviously. What other graveyard deck? There's a lot of implications that No Mortal Can Resist has over Level Og. Level Og, I've noticed I only used it when I opened Squire, and that's kind of like a win more skill where it's like, oh, I'm playing a skill assuming that I'll always get to open Squire, you know. Whereas like, um, I don't know. I open Squire. I feel fine with going to a level 6. I'm already like grateful I get to play Yu-Gi-Oh. But yeah, no mortal, like definitely, like I think it's only good really with Squire, and if you open Squire. So
Okay. So that
yeah.
being said, what do you think the deck's best matchup?
Best matchup. Probably it can adjust the deck to any matchup really, and it kind of just has like it has like a good to even matchup versus everything. Like versus Thunder Dragons, I just kind of hope I don't see my Cosmics, right? Or if I do see my Cosmics, I kind of just hope they're playing like a semi-limited card, and they set it. So like, yeah, there's like a lot of like there's a lot of good matchups really for the deck. It's kind of just very versatile, like versus everything in the meta right now.
Yeah, and I have to say that's true. A lot of the decks we're seeing right now are decks that can establish a ton of threats at once, right? Thunder Dragons, they've got like 3 boss monsters plus synchro plays now. Invoked being added onto this deck it just gives it another layer of plays. You're already doing your synchro shuffling. Now you've got the threat of Purgatrio as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it just generally has a good matchup overall, in my opinion. Even against Sabers, like, use like I'm not gonna lie, like against Saber, I kind of just like hope I open Lancia. If I see a Lancia, I think I just win the game because they have no way to get rid of my tuner.
Yeah, so the worst matchup I could think about this is like Magician. Can you talk a little bit about that matchup?
Dark Magician. I really don't think it's a bad matchup. I have not lost to it with
Oh,
Shiranui,
really?
believe it or not. Like,
Really?
yeah, like, um, I guess like it is harder going second versus the deck. Like it's not even that bad. Because yeah, going second is rough, especially if you don't open Cosmic. But I guess like every time I've played it, I either had the Cosmic or, yeah, either had the Cosmic or I went first. And going first, you either Ballista Squad, like their continuous spell, and they just can't play. And at that point, when you Ballista Squad, you have your your grave set up, and you just kill them. Like they can't like. It's kind of like a coin flip between the two matchups.
Nice. And then the one card that's kind of unusual I see you playing is Void Trap Hole. Why did you play that card?
Oh yeah, so I kind of during the weekly, I was doing like a little testing, like on the ladder and with some friends, and I've noticed like, yeah, like Levy Near just kind of like blows the deck out. Like sometimes like if you don't have like an answer for it, like, and I felt like even 3 Phoenix Chains just wasn't enough. Like sometimes like, and also I don't know, like I didn't know about like maining 3 Phoenix Chains, because like Shiranui is kind of like it's like a tempo deck really. Like you play a lot of back row, so like you don't really you can't really afford like two of your back row zones locked out. So
Right. Yeah.
Void Chapel was just something it was like a meta call for like
yes, Void Trap Hole is an increasingly it's becoming increasingly popular now as a tech card against these huge monsters with devastating effects. The Thunder Dragon Duo, the Levianeer, anything over 2,000. Purgatrio even gets hit by Void Trap Hole. So keep your eyes out for that card. It's being used in almost every top tier deck now as a answer to high level monsters with good effects.
Yeah, like so in the weekly I played two Void Chapels, and then a couple days later for the MCS I switched the Void Chapels out for 2 Lancias. Because versus Element Saber and even the mirror match, because that's what I kind of assumed. Like, it's just you kind of like every tournament there's like a new like better tech, a better meta call.
Right.
So I was assuming there to be more Invoked and more mirror match, Invoked Shiranui, etc. Right, and so Void Chapel wasn't that great because even like versus Sabers, like you Void Chapel their Purgatrio. Sure, they're just gonna drop another one next turn and you lost your follow up. Like at
Mhm.
you like overall you kind of just went -2 because the Purple Trio they summoned was free, right? And you
Mhm.
wasted a card and you lost your level 2 tuner in your grave. So you're so behind already. Whereas
Yeah.
Lancia just kind of like negates the invocation. You keep your level 2 follow up, and it was just overall just better. Yeah, so yeah, that's the reason for Lancia being switched for the Void Travels.
Nice.
All
Yep.
right.
Do you have any other pressing questions?
How do you see this faring in the coming weeks? You know, we have KC Cup coming this weekend. And, you know, the meta always shakes up after that. So, how do you see the deck doing in the KC Cup and beyond?
I honestly, I think there's three best decks. It's Sabers, Shiranui, and Thunder Range. It's really hard to like. I guess it's kind of like a I don't know. Like Element Sabers actually just have like a really good matchup versus like both these decks. So like,
Right.
um, you kind of like want to build your deck for your worst matchup, right? So the worst matchup is kind of Sabers. Like Thunder is like you could drop a Sun Saga like back row. You should be kind of like fine, right?
Right. But Sabres are coming after you 100% of the
Mm-hmm.
time.
Yeah, Sabers are probably the deck's like worst matchup. So I think the deck will for sure start maining Glancias because it's just kind of like one of the few counters in the game, like
Right.
Mhm.
heavy count, like hard counters to uh, invoke. And so it doubles up as like utility, like if you're playing Invoke Shiranui. So,
And,
so you know,
okay, no,
mm-hmm,
I was just going to ask a couple more things. Tech
mm-hmm,
cards, I know you said Lancia, but
mm-hmm.
you have a select back row here. So for anyone who may not have these back row or are thinking of running other options, what are some other tech cards that you would run as replacements?
Uh, so besides Ballista, Fiendish Chain, Floodgate Trap Hole, obviously you can play Canadia for Floodgate. Instead of the Fiendish Chains, I guess you can play Void Trap Hole. Yeah, like I guess you can play Karma Cut. Karma Cut's pretty good because like when they summon Alistair, they use the effect to search invocation. You could just on resolution, you gotta have your toggle on,
Right.
and you just Karma Cut, banish the Alistair. Um, like uh, the main focus you got to understand when you're picking your back row is like I explained, you want to protect your tuner. You want to protect your level 2 tuner. I really advocate like playing Ballista Squad because it just dodges no mortal. Because you can have your level 2 tuner on the field,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and you'll still have follow up play because you can just like Ballista Squad tribute the tuner and pop a card at the end phase. Ballista Squad's also insane if you're playing Alistair because you can summon Alistair, activate the effect, they'll Fiendish Chain, and you can chain Ballista Squad, pop another
Mhm.
card, right? So like it's just a lot of implications that Ballista Squad is good in the deck. So
Definitely. New card, too. Just keep an eye on that.
yeah.
So,
Nice.
we think that's it, Herv?
Yeah, that's it. We want to keep it nice and short.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Fetty Guap, for joining us on the YouTube channel for a meta-analysis of Invoked Shiranui. We hope to see
Mm-hmm.
you performing in tournaments with it, and we hope to see some more results on this deck. So thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget to click the links in the description, join the Discord, follow the Twitch, subscribe to the YouTube, like the video, and let us know what you want to see. Let us know what you think about Invoked Shiranui as a hybrid deck. So that's going to be
Mm-hmm.
it from us. Peace out, guys. Thanks for watching.
See ya.